My name is Mazes, okay? As you all know, Nigeria is bleeding. Nigeria is bleeding. Another Chibok girls. Not many of us know this, that another Chibok girls happened to Nigeria yesterday. It's quite instructive that this is happening. I will be giving us the analysis of what I think. But before I go ahead and do that, let us listen to the song we are dedicating to this 312, some say 315 lives that were taken from Aguara in Niger State yesterday. Whew.
Another night, another scream, another shattered parent's dream. Papiri woke to whisper dread as our men stole the innocent from their beds. St. Mary's halls now echo pain. 300 children done again. Nigeria bleeds a familiar wound, a darkness we thought had long been doomed. We've seen this chapter in our past. Chibok's cries that still hold fast. Yet history repeats its cruel demand on the leaders who don't understand. Bring back the children. Mr. President, hear our nation's cry. You fail to protect them, you cannot deny. Aguara is burning, the people are weak. This tragedy is no accident. It's the havoc of the bleak. Gender media carries the voices you ignore. Bring back the children. We cannot take this anymore. Good luck, Jonathan failed us then. Now the cycle starts again. Different year, different name, but President Tinubu, the failure is the same. 300 futures stolen at night, yet our soul rock stays quiet, far from the fight. Parents tremble, hope grows thin. How many must die before justice begins? A leader's duty is to shield, to guard the land, protect the field. But once again, the nation sees a presidency brought to its knees. Bring back the children. Tinubu, this blood is on your watch. Aguara's pain is too much to wash. A nation tired of empty lines, tired of excuses, tired of signs. Kenji media cries out from every street. Bring back the children, stop sailing the weed. How many mothers must faint in fear? How many fathers bury another tear? How many classrooms left undone? How many futures lost to guns? Mr. President, how do you sleep while Nigerians dig graves they cannot keep? This is Chibok shadow rising tall. History has written because you let it fall. Bring back the children. No hiding behind security talk. No strolling away from the people's shock. Your silence is loud, your duty is clear. Protect the children you swore to steer. 300 voices lost in the night. 12 teachers swallowed by fright. Ninja media won't let their story fade. Bring back the children. Tinubu, do your job. You are betraying Nigerians. Wake up from your sleep or leave the seat if you can't stop the bleeding.
So this is the song dedicated to the people of Aguara in Niger State. There is a lot that is happening that this evening we will be looking at if we are reliving the 2014 before the election that the Bring Back Our Girls, Chibok Girls saga happened. Now, what I don't not know that if many Nigerians actually know what has happened here, this is not a time to look at if this is north, south, east, and west. We must come together as a people and look at it that the lives of our children are in danger. Our children, if they can go into a school in in Kwara and in Niger State, we have. You may think your neighborhood is safe. We have schools around the southeast, south, and we have schools in the northeast. We have schools in the southwest. Many schools in the southwest, including universities. You know, the reason why I think the president must, as a matter of urgency, deal with this with every powers that he has as the president of the republic, that these must not, on no occasion, shall this continue and shall this be allowed to continue. Because the danger here is that whenever something starts in Nigeria and it takes root, it becomes very, very difficult for that thing to stop. If we do not nip this in the bud now, as in within the next weeks, if not hours, we will then wake up one day and find out that it's come down to I mean, if you come to Ogun State alone, there are so many private universities and secondary schools. We do not want this to expand. So let no one think, oh, it is happening in the north. North is the closest. Niger State is the closest down here because Niger State borders Abuja, right? Yes, it can happen in Katangora today. It can happen in Aguara tomorrow. But hey, if it is not, this is not the best time to be president. No, it's not. Sorry, Paul. It's not actually not being the best time to be president, but it is the best time to live up to it. If you know how the president took that decision of, hey, subsidy is gone, this is the time to say we must bring back these children now, not tomorrow, not next tomorrow. That is the way I look at it. We must bring back these children now, because if his kids are in, if his kids are among those, or let's say his children, grandchildren, among those kids kidnapped in Aguara, I mean, that's not going to be the conversation that everybody will be hearing. The conversation would have changed, right? The conversation would have changed. So let's see what others think. What the news media is talking about this kidnap, uh, about the Nigerian school children kidnapped. Let me quickly show us this, and let's listen to this.
Well, West Virginia Republican Congressman Riley Moore is back with me now. He has been following the situation. We've talked to him many times. Congressman Moore, my heart is broken as a mother. I woke up yesterday and I saw 52 girls taken from a Catholic school. That number is now in the hundreds. We have pictures of the dormitory at a separate school where girls were taken that we'll put up on the screen. What can you tell us about this?
Yeah, Kaylee, I mean, this is just, as a father, it's absolutely heartbreaking. And I'm just so sick and tired of, frankly, doing interviews like this where I have to talk about more kids getting kidnapped, more Christians being murdered. And it's just, it makes your stomach turn. It just does. And what I can tell you right now is no one has laid claim to this abduction, which makes me believe that this was Fulani militants again, striking this school, St. Mary's. So that's who I believe has done this again. That's who I believe attacked that Catholic church also earlier this week where people were abducted and killed. And this is why at that hearing where you just played at the outset that we had with the administration, which I was part of that hearing, one of the things I am calling for is for the government to disarm the Fulani militants in the middle belt of the country. It's illegal to own firearms in Nigeria, but somehow these nomadic tribesmen can just lay waste and murder all over the country against Christians, and nobody does anything.
You see, look, I think if you understand one of the things he said now, it is illegal to own automatic firearm. He said it is illegal to own firearm in Nigeria. Not entirely correct. What it means, it's illegal to own automatic firearm. It is not illegal to own pump action, that's shotguns, right? Because shotguns, you can apply for the licenses and you can get the license. That's why the vigilantes, you see them, they use the pump action, the short action, the short guns, 6 rounds, 4, 6, I think some 8. You see that, but that we wake up and we go back to 2014, 11 years ago, and there is no total outrage in the whole country. It's only that in the Western media that you look at it, some are saying, oh, are you sure it's not American? Sometimes you read some Nigerians, you actually want to kind of, knock their head, right? You're thinking, is it the Americans? Is it because Trump said this now and, it's, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to say. And people are saying, oh, is it the Americans because Trump said that he's going to come? Is it Trump that is the one behind it? I'm like, come on, right? When this news broke yesterday, the first time we reported about it, we reported that 52. I got a press statement with, I think we shared the press statement yesterday, and it said 21. The moment I read that 21 from the Catholic Church, I was like, nah, wait a minute. Whenever officials tell me, whenever something happens and the officials bring their number down, it kind of click, triggers something that something is not right. And sadly, that is what it then eventually became, because something wasn't right. That this number of, children can be kidnapped and no one is probably held responsible as it is. Now let's quickly look at another report from Fox News, because
So authorities
it's a tragedy that people outside Nigeria, Fox, BBC, CNN, all the NBC, all these stations are the ones, the mainstream media in Nigeria. Everybody is almost sleeping on it, and it must, make you to ask questions. So it means that those who actually amplified the Chibok girls and probably financed the media engagement of the Chibok girls of 2014 are those in government today. What it means that those in government today are also somewhat using their offices to downplay what has happened in Nigeria today. Everybody must be outraged. Imagine, not one, not two, not 10, not 20, not 200, 200 plus young Christian girls in this Catholic school they were abducted. When Nigerians are arguing, oh, are there Christian persecution? Are there Christian genocide in northern Nigeria? Yeah. Go. Oh, you must be patriotic. Mazi, if you say there is this, well, Christians and Muslims are dying. It appears those that are behind this actually want to prove a point. Because if not, many are saying that if Donald Trump actually has made these statements that he made, rather than things to get better, that now is like Nkatakupulike, that the basket has now lost the bottom. Nothing is there to hold. It's just like somebody on a diarrhea.
They're saying military and security
It's
forces
unbelievable.
have since been deployed to that community where on Friday, 315 students and teachers were kidnapped, which is nearly half of the school's total enrolled students. Authorities saying those students captured were both male and female and range in age from 10 years old to 18 years old. The mass abduction took place at St. Mary's Catholic boarding school in the remote Papiri community Friday morning. And it's the country's second mass school abduction in just a week. On Monday, gunmen also stormed a secondary school some 100 miles away, abducting 25 young girls. And also this week, a church was attacked by gunmen in a neighboring state where 2 people were killed. The attackers also abducted the pastor and 38 worshipers from that church and are now reportedly demanding a hefty ransom for each person taken. As of today, the government in that country has closed 47 federal colleges, according to Nigeria's Federal Ministry of Education. And of course, this all comes after President Trump threatened military action over what he called the killing of Christians by radical Islamists in Nigeria. Just this year, more than 7,000 Christians have been killed so far. That, according to the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law. That group also finding that since 2009, a total of more than 125,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria, and some 19,000 churches have been burned. No group has yet claimed responsibility for these school and church abductions. The president of Nigeria, though, canceling all of his international engagements, including attending the G20 summit to handle this crisis, guys. So authorities there saying military...
Now, your president, President Bola Tinubu, has cancelled all his international engagement. I say he reached to cancel, because the whole point here is that this is unimaginable that 300 plus children will believe, will just vanish from a school and nobody. I mean, come on, people, does it mean that we do not know, we do not see that Nigeria people do not have the aerial images of what is happening, right? Does it mean that, because this thing is really, I will show us something. There is this young guy, he's in the American army. I'll pull him up now. He is in the American army. Let me see. What's the best way? Yeah, let me put this one. This guy, that's Chibuenyi, is in the American army. Since 2 days ago, I've been seeing what he's posting. He's actually getting me that we are not thinking, right? This guy is posting something that is, let me see, one of the posts that he did. Aside these drone stuff, he posted something here. Look, he said, I have many coordinates of Fulani herdsmen hideout that I will release with time. One of the major discoveries I embarked on this was the most of the hills around the Enugu surrounded. Around Enugu were surrounded. I also saw the bloodshed in Benue, with many communities now occupied. What is it? More revolutions will come out. But look at it this way. I do not know how he gets this drone shot. But if Nigeria if somebody who is in the US Army and of a Nigerian origin is able to be showing this, then I wonder why, because this is drone shot apparently, then it makes me to wonder what's the job of the national NSA, right? What's the job of the National Security Advisor? If we cannot get the real time of the whole Niger state from top to say, if these children are in this place, we must see them, then you can basically say that Tinubu and whoever is wasting their time. Look at this, right? Though these ones are, these ones are shorts. Now, all these things you're looking at, these are huts, because this is the way they do. They will come, build these huts, stay there in order to launch their attacks. So if we're actually mapping this is Enugu, the ones he has mapped. If we're actually mapping this, we should know. Look at this. If you look at the coordinates, just type in this number 65719. You can see the coordinates. It's easy. The coordinates are there written. That's the thing. If you just copy these numbers, go to Google, type them in, you will see the coordinate. You can now begin to zoom and follow, right? What is in there. I began to look at some of the things he's posting, and I say, if Nigerians, if Nigeria as a nation does not have what it takes to get all these things, and citizens, fellow citizens, are also doing this, I'm like, NSA, I do not then in this case know what your job is. Because these coordinates, I mean, I'm just giving an example what can be done. Because you're looking at it, I just want to, there is one he posted 2 days ago that I'll quickly want to show to us. What I mean is, there is the possibility. Okay, look at this. Look at this here. That's this one. This one was Ajebo. It says the Ogun State Command deploy tactical team on surveillance operation in Ajebo community. You now look at that here. That's okay, because the guy first posted it before the police picked it up, and you can look at them. Even at that, the drone can still fly over. I know the day I nearly ran into the kidnappers at Okigwe, Arondizog, between Arondizog and Okigwe, where these, people are occupying. The person in front of me, RS 350, white color with the content, whoever was in the car, everybody taken into the bush. And when the army came, I was asking them, is there no way you guys can, have drone to look at where they are taking these people now? The army they were just basically laughing, as if I was speaking French. And I felt so embarrassing, because all you needed to do, if this thing you look at as bush, all you need to do is just take drone up. Everything you look at bush would definitely no longer be bush. It will now be different, right? So this guy, honestly, since I discovered this, I've just been looking at some of the things he posts. So that's one part. But my point is that no matter how you look at it, President Tinubu is failing. President Tinubu is failed Nigerians. Hence, this song dedicated to the. So this song here, we'll let it play at the background, is dedicated to the people of Aguara that have lost 300 of their young girls. Imagine a child of 10 years. A child of 10 years. A child of 10 years. A child of 10 years taken from their home, from their dormitories. It's getting into 72 hours now, and these children are not yet, there is no national outrage. Imagine, imagine you come out in America now. You hear that a terror group somewhere in America or in Germany kidnapped 2 children, and they've gone into the bush. 2, not 30. Helicopter will be flying day and night, combing the area. I know many times they said they are looking for one child that has gone in the woods. Helicopter will be flying round, round. Helicopter will be flying round, round. So either way, we need to opt our game. That's my point. We need to opt our game. My point here is that that Nigeria somewhat finds these innocent children. Let me take the Vatican report. That's the Vatican news. That's what they've written here. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Let's get. Okay. Can you hear the music? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear that. So this is what the way the Vatican wrote about this. It says, gunmen stormed and kidnapped more than 300 students at a Catholic school in Nigeria. The United States and the local church have condemned the act, voiced deep concern, and Washington is considering sanction. I think Washington is wasting too much time on this. Wallahi, that sanction by Monday, if there is no sanction on Nigeria on all this mess, then Trump should stay in his own country. This is pure nonsense. Another mass abduction has taken place. More than 300 students and teachers at the Catholic School of St. Mary in Aguara district were forcefully taken and abducted by the masked militiamen who stormed in motorcycles and pickup trucks. The mass abduction in Niger State in western Nigeria. That Niger State is not western Nigeria, Vatican. Niger State is middle belt Nigeria, right? They carried out by unidentified men. Commando marks the latest tragedy. The episode comes just 1 week after the kidnapping of 25 female students in Kebbi State and the attack on a church in Eruku in the western state of Kwara on the 18th November. So if you actually aggregate this month alone, the total abduction in schools is now over 400, getting to 500. In 10 days, just a space of 10 days, we're looking at over 500 people, mostly women, if not all women, taken. I mean, so the issue is that part of the problem we have is caused by the APC. Those in government today, they are part of those who caused the mess. Recall when one of the Bugaje or whoever told us that in the week of the 2015 election that they imported mercenaries in case if they lost the election, they will use them to cause mayhem. Now, the people they brought can no longer go home. They are part of those displacing people in the middle belt and in some northeastern states because they need to settle here. They can no longer go back to the places they come from. Yet no group, as it is now, has claimed responsibility for the act committed during the night or issued any ransom demand. But it's plausible that Boko Haram terrorists are behind it. I don't think it is Boko Haram. You see, the issue is, it's just like whenever crime happens, it's easy to blame Boko Haram or Ansaru. I don't know. If Tinubu is dumb, let him not look at government houses. Because if you look at the way this thing is happening, it appears the North is angry with Tinubu and is trying to play the usual game. That is the reason why I tell my people that the North, in order to grab power, had to do some certain power game with the lives of their people. Doesn't mean that down south, especially the southeast, because of whatever you're demanding. You want to destroy the region so that people will listen to you. And that's why I keep saying that is pure insanity. It doesn't make sense. That your neighbor's child is mad mustn't mean that you have to go and make your own son to be mad in order for you to say, oh, my neighbor's son is mad, therefore my own son is also mad. No, it doesn't make sense. Right? According to the report by the Vatican News, it said the response of the United States at the beginning of the month, U.S. President Donald Trump threatened a rapid military intervention in Nigeria, which has been placed on the list of unsafe countries in response to what he called a persecution of Christians. So, however we look at it, this is Chibok 2.0. And sadly, those, in my view, those who somewhat brought the, behind the Chibok girls, if you ask me, are also behind this. I will not be surprised tomorrow we wake up and we read that, oh, we saw some of these girls in one government house somewhere. I will not. Because those we are dealing with are monsters without soul. I will not even be surprised that those we are crying for, oh, we should go and rescue these girls. You will not be surprised that the moment you dig deeper, you find out that these people, come myself, they have hands in what just happened. It's just a one big circus. That's what we have. Only thing I pray is that these children that are being kidnapped, that may the Lord protect all of them. None of these children shall be harmed. I don't know what you think. Do you think, who do you think is behind this? I don't know. Before I close, I say, I don't know. If you think there is something Nigeria is missing, you may have the time to tell us what you think in the comment section. You have the link to join me. But I think that those in government are aware of what's happened. I think that those who did what they did in 2014, you can't take this particular action past them. That's my honest take. That those who actually did what they did in 2014 in order to grab power, in order to snatch it, in order to run with it, that they are not far from what is happening. You can see a pinned message on the YouTube. You can click on it if you want to join me. But no matter what, these children will come. And I think America is wasting time now, honestly. Just make sure anytime you see them cluster in one place. If it means putting a Otapia from the air, if King Jong-un, if he can lend you some Otapia too, bring all of them. Just sprinkle a little of it in that place they are, all of them. Let them breathe very well. Let them breathe very well. Let me take some of your comments. So question is, what is or does the old president of Nigeria plan to do about it? He couldn't and can't take care of Boko Haram. He can't just sitting in the UK getting paid and making money. But Tinubu is not in the UK now. Linda, Tinubu is not in the UK. Tinubu is in Nigeria. Or what are you saying? Tinubu, get these children or resign. That's the message. It's as simple as that. People, Nigerians are tired of excuses. Just get out these children or you resign. Okay? Guys, thank you very much for being my guest. I'm Mazes, okay? I do not want to make this a long stream. Bye for now.
La la la